Hello, hello, and welcome back to Happy Time, Happy Money podcast. And today we have Briana. And Briana is an advocate for teaching men, women, and children the importance of money management. Her passion is to inspire others to take control over their finances, has led her to connect with people all over the world. She is a wife, mother of two, and has been in banking for 7 years. Wow, that is so awesome, Brianna. Hi and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with us today.
I am so happy to be here. Thank you so much for reaching out. I'm excited.
Well, so go for it. Share your story, share everything about yourself so we can get to know you.
Okay, so again, I've been in banking for about I think going on 7 years now. I am a wife, I'm a mom. I started my debt-free journey actually last year in April 2020 because of COVID. My husband and I, we were literally just sitting down on the couch watching TV, and we came across some videos from Dave Ramsey. And we were watching some of his videos, and then it just really hit me like, you know what? We need to make a change. So my husband looked at me like I was crazy because I just blurted out, I want to become debt free. And he's looking like, okay. So it was just out of the ordinary. So from there, I started doing research, reading books, listening to a lot of podcasts regarding finances, and just started my debt free journey. We paid over I think over $30,000 in just a year. So we're still trucking along. And as I progressed more in my debt free journey, me and my husband, I branched out and started helping others do the same thing, because it's very important to take control over your finances. And I don't think a lot of people really understand that. It starts with a budget. You're not supposed to just live paycheck to paycheck. All of your money shouldn't just be going to debt and bills and everything like that. So just that money management is what I'm trying to preach to, like you said, the men, the women, and definitely the children. Our kids they have a front row seat on with everything that we go through. So we keep them in the loop.
I love it. I love that. So you said money management. Can you elaborate on that? What is it?
Yeah, so money management is knowing how much you're bringing in and also what is going out. You will be surprised at how many people do not know what's coming out of their checking account. All they're doing is swipe, swipe, swipe. They may know how much their check is, and then after that, money is gone. And then next thing you know, after a couple of days of getting paid, they're like, okay, where did my money go? A lot of people don't even check their transactions. And then you run into, of course, some banks charge, overdraft fees, and you're dealing with that, or not knowing when your bills are coming out, when the due date is. That's what I mean by managing your money. You should have control over your money, where you should be able to know where your money went. Okay, so $300 came out. Oh, okay, that was the car payment. I know that. Versus, oh my God, again, where did all my money go? A lot of people don't know where their money goes. So that's what I mean by managing your money, because you need to know where your stuff is going.
And I love your laugh. You're like, you need to know where your stuff is going. Okay, so how do you start? Like, how people can start on it? Like, what the first steps?
The first step is taking accountability and opening up your app, your computer, logging into your online banking, your digital banking. Everybody has a different word for it. And just opening up your app. Look at your transactions. I always like to tell people, pull a statement from last month, print it out, or even just look at it on a computer, grab a notebook. I always have a handy dandy notebook. Like, I like to write everything out and just go through each transaction and see where all your money is going. A lot of people will see that their money is going on, going to food. I am guilty of that. I spend a lot of money on food. I'm trying to cut that out.
You know how I figured this one out? Mm-hmm. So I started to ordering meal plan coming to me every day. And I do it 2 a day because I love cooking. And I know, like, people that love food, they love cooking, they love food. So I have 2 meals coming every day in the evening, warm and nice, prepared, freshly prepared. And then 1 time a day I cook. And on Sunday I go to farmers market. So I get like all the fruits and stuff. So I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything because I'm still in season, and I save time, and it's a really great on budget, and it's organic and it's healthy. I highly recommend everybody who is spending too much money on food, too much food on money, go and find a meal plan that is local and can deliver food to you. And it's awesome. Trust me. They're always bigger than our kitchen. So they minimize the expenses. It's pretty much the same thing. It's probably cheaper than you will buy and cook, because the time you spend on
Right.
cooking, on buying, on going and parking maybe in the supermarket and all the stuff. So I do it for
That's
2
true.
years. Seriously, when I started to be entrepreneur, I'm like, I need to do this. I get to do it. And I never will go back to normal, going to supermarket every week and doing things on it.
So you have to tell me where you do that, because I
Yeah, I
actually
will.
love that idea, especially the time part. It's like, wow. And then I'm glad that you mentioned the time and convenience, because that's another thing, that's another reason why I preach, become debt free, because I don't want to spend the rest of my life trying to pay off debt. I want to retire early. I don't want to retire in my 60s. I really would like to retire closer to 50, maybe even 40. So I'm happy that you brought that up, and you definitely need to tell me where you get your food from.
Catered Fit. Not sure if they're Canada, but they're in America. So if you're in America, I believe they're in almost like every other state. It's called Catered Fit, FIT, like Catered Fit.
Mhm.
Super awesome company. $11 per meal, and it's organic and it's fresh. It's protein, carbohydrate, like there tells you what it is there. And this is my biggest secret. I just love it. Not that it's a secret. I already put all of my friends on it.
And yes,
But
now you about to
not
have me
something that I
going.
promote online. It's in my kitchen kind of thing.
I love that. I love that.
Totally get it. All right. So you said the first step, the second step. What will be the next step on?
So the next
Let's
step will
finish
be,
up.
once you're viewing your transactions, then I tell people, you want to write down all of your bills. Write down everything from if you're renting, if you have a mortgage, your car payment, car insurance, daycare, alimony, child support, cable, water, electric, everything. And another thing is, a lot of people what they forget to budget in. How much are you spending on gas when you're going to work? Do you pay for parking? Toiletries, us women, our feminine products. How much are we spending? Diapers. That is another thing that people forget to budget in, as of course groceries and everything like that. But I try to also focus on what a lot of people miss, which is another reason why they don't know where their money is going. So then once you do that, you want to I tell people, take an average. Like, for example, my husband and I, we have a certain amount that comes from our check, goes into what's called one of our sinking funds accounts. We use that for our cars, pays for gas, insurance, car washes, brakes, anything related to our car, registration, anything. That's what we use for that. And also gas is probably the biggest thing. That's the most that comes out of the account. So I take an average of how much we would spend to fill up both of our tanks, and then I deduct that from our paychecks, and then it goes into that account. So that's what I try to get people to do. You want to subtract your income from your expenses and see what you have left. If you're seeing that you're running into the negative, then it's time to cut some things out. Streaming services, that's not a need, it's a want. Then you have to have those tough conversations like, okay, what am I willing to cut out? Is it nails? Is it going out to eat? Is it, anything that isn't a need, that doesn't cover the natural, not natural order, but your shelter, your food, clothing, and transportation. Anything outside of that is a want. So what are you willing to cut back on that's going to help you get control over your finances? So if you find that you're still in the negative even after all doing that, then you might need to get another, ask for an increase at your job, beef up that resume, get a part-time job, also while cutting out all the unnecessary stuff. And then you just have to work on being consistent. Start small, work your way up.
Love that. Consistency is the key.
That is the key.
Awesome. Thank you so much for those awesome steps. And the last question that I always ask in this podcast, please fill in the blank for me. If you really knew me, you will know that I am blank.
If you really knew me, you would know that I am determined. I am so determined to reach my goals. Like, Let me tell you how determined I am. I had a conversation with my husband in last year, and when we were renting in our apartment, and I wanted to pay off debt more aggressively. And so I asked, I talked to my husband about moving in with our in-laws, which is his parents, well, my in-laws, and just for a year, just to see how much we can accomplish financially. And that might have been the best decision that I've ever made. We moved in with our in-laws. We paid off so much debt in that period of time. We literally just moved back into our own place last week. So just sacrificing that just to show how dedicated and determined I am to accomplish these goals, and having that support system of my husband and my friends and my family has just been amazing. So my word would be dedicated.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I know you have some free gifts for us today, so share with us what it is.
Yeah, so I have links to my podcast, my social media page. My husband and I, we have a podcast called Yeah, That's Me Pod. So we talk about relationships, finances, things that we go through on a daily basis, and what I also see what a lot of other people go through that's around me. I kind of use their stories to really elaborate and talk about things that's going on in our community, around the world, everything like that. So that's my
Awesome. Thank you so much. With everything, go to the web page and you will find everything in the show notes in the web page. Thank you so much. And I wish you to have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, thank you so
Bye.
much again. I really appreciate it.